Okay, we just had a fabulous lunch. Thank you both so much for joining. I think it was about 60 people in our cabana. So John, CMO is the superhero of the C-suite. Tell me a bit more about that.
The important thing for the CMO is to represent the consumer where decisions are made in an organisation. That's really important, and they play that role uniquely. And the second thing they've got to do is look at the long term as well as the short term. And I think it's absolutely critical that they are bringing the insights, but also guiding the organisation about where they're going to go next. And I think those two roles in particular are critical for a CMO to be successful.
So being able to see into the future, but also connect with the current.
Totally. Do both those things. Balancing the long and the short is one of the most important jobs for every CMO. And there's so much pressure to go short and short-term results. But the ones that win are the ones that are able to play the long game and bring the organisation with them on that journey.
And so that's superhero skill set. That's quite a bag of tricks. Sophie, what are the key skills that you think every CMO needs to do to succeed in that role?
Well, CMOs need to be change leaders, right? And to do that, building on what people have talked about as soft skills, but are more power skills, there's three, I think. What we see is the incredible skill and success of anybody who understands how to work on their listening potential. Yes, consumer listening, but also listening to those inside the organization to understand how to engage and tell stories with them, which leads on to the second one, which is, of course, in the future, the differentiating point for successful leaders in any business, and particularly CMOs, is to be exceptional storytellers, to connect with human, memorable stories, to bring things to life. It's such a skill and such an important one. And then the third one is the ability to condense and contract and collate and curate down to just three things every time someone asks you a question. There's so much to talk about, but if you can choose the three most important things at any time, that's a really good skill.
Amazing, thank you. And John, here in Cannes this last couple of days, any kind of key takeaways, key learnings that you've had that you think you're going to be wanting to kind of put into your podcast to supercharge those superpowers of our CMOs?
Well, look, we're here talking about creativity, aren't we? And creativity is so important, but creativity is more than the creative. Now, we're celebrating the creative here, but actually creativity transforms businesses. And I think it's the ability to take an idea and execute it that can create so much value for an organisation. And as marketers, we lead that creative process, and we should be able to, tap into the power of creativity, but also demonstrate the value of creativity. And one of the things that I really admire about Cannes Lion is that they're leaning on effectiveness much more than they ever have done. In fact, I was chatting to the CEO this morning who was telling me the most packed out sessions of all of them are the effectiveness track ones. And I think that's really important because it shows the value we create for organizations and the transformation that we deliver. So more creativity, but more evidence of what it can do, I think is the key thing.
Amazing. CMOs supercharging the C-suite for growth. Thanks so much.
Thank you.